everybody, back again for another Mission Impossible episode review. This week I'm going to be doing Season 1, Episode 9, which is A Spool There Was. So let's get started. Dan gets his instructions at a hotel room. The mission: retrieve a wire reel with information about a chemical warfare project that was hidden by another now dead agent behind the Iron Curtain. For this mission, only Cinnamon and Rollin are selected. The idea that we're given is that the mission requires quick thinking and stealth, not numbers. So having more agents go in is kind of pointless. There's already lots of people looking for this mysterious reel, and it's a matter of kind of trying to put together a puzzle of, working under stress and figuring out what, how would somebody have reacted under certain circumstances. So, Cinnamon goes in as an American photographer visiting the country, while Rollin is a new boat worker. A friendly concessionaire helps our duo by providing them information on the key players. They're all hanging around the beach in anticipation of some clue about the reel coming to light. There's a government inspector, there's soldiers, of course, there's other rival agents. As new arrivals, the two are immediately under suspicion by the authorities. Later that night, Cinnamon visits Rollin at his hotel room, which of course has been bugged by the police. The two make small talk for a bit, and then they activate a tape that they made before coming. This tape has about 40 minutes of romantic chatter and banter back and forth, so that Rollin can quietly head out the window and duplicate the previous agent's actions of trying to escape with the reel on the beach where he was found. So, Rollin heads down to the beach, alerting the guards on duty, who chase him down to the pier, and in trying to outmaneuver them, Rollin discovers the wire, holding up some sticks protecting some shrubs. He manages to elude the sentries, but it takes him a lot longer to get back to the hotel room than expected, forcing Cinnamon to improvise as though Rollin fell asleep after the tape runs out. The search continues as the inspector gets more and more agitated. Rollin starts to untangle the wire, but is called by the inspector to help with some nets. The reel the wire was wound around is found by divers, giving all the other parties an important clue about what they're looking for. A boy named Peter grabs the wire for his fishing rod. Rollin tries to trade him for a better wire, but notices the rival agents closing in, so he says he'll come back later. One agent follows Rollin to a warehouse where they fight and lose each other. The other trails Cinnamon, who goes after Peter and finds his home. Cinnamon calls Rollin, who tells her where there is a decoy camera with a wire for the baddies to find, and drops that information to the inspector's men listening in on the bug. Cinnamon says she wants to take some pictures of the brave boy fisherman that she saw at the dock, but Peter's mother is dead set against that. Cinnamon leaves the house with the agents assuming she must have the wire, and they trail her and find the decoy camera, running into the inspector's men who detain them. Cinnamon goes back to the dock, buys all of the balloons at the concession stand, and Rollin is able to sneak into Peter's house and get the wire that the IMF is looking for. The concession dude tells the inspector that Rollin came by and tied a wire to one of the balloons, and the soldiers madly start shooting them down, while Cinnamon and Rollin steal a police boat and dash away to safety, Rollin revealing that he has the wire and leaves the inspector's men to continue to search aimlessly for it. Mission accomplished. For this episode, I'm going to give this one a grade of D-. You might find that a little bit unfair. I was going to give it an F. I remember previously when I was writing up little blurbs about all of these episodes. Here's what I wrote then. I wrote, I wish I could say that this episode isn't terrible, but I simply cannot sit through it and watch the whole thing. I get that it was experimental as part of the first season, but it does nothing for me. It is an ordinary spy story, not an agent story, with the subtlety of a sledgehammer, down to the baddies wearing dark glasses and dark suits, just in case we didn't clue into who they are. And it's a better fit for a different type of show and a different cast. The IMF solving a mystery never makes for a good episode, and in this one it's solved less than halfway through, and the rest of the work is just padding. That's what I wrote. I was wrong in a lot of what I wrote there. This is not an episode where we have dark glasses and dark suits. That's actually, I was thinking of the episode Memory from a little while ago. And there are some other episodes that have that, but that's not the case here. However, I do stand by a lot of what I did right there. I've changed my grade from an F, which I would have given at that point, to a D-. The only good thing here is that for obvious reasons, since in real life they're married and they work together quite a bit, Martin Landau and Barbara Bain work very, very well together as Cinnamon and Rollin. However, I don't have much else good to say about this episode. It's completely missing the team aspect, which is what makes Mission great, in my opinion. The plot is not very good. I think it's kind of... The only word I can think of is banal. It's just ordinary. There's nothing special about it. I do admit it's not as bad as I remembered it. I went into this thinking that, you know what, I was going to say that I've only watched it twice from beginning to end. Once when I first went through all of the episodes, and the second time in reviewing it for this episode. But I do admit it's not as bad as I remembered it. I gave it an honest watch with an open mind. It did not drag as badly as I recall. I recalled it being that the second half of the episode is just basically them trying to convince this boy to hand over the wire and that sort of thing. And there is some of that, but it's unfair to characterize it as that. And I definitely do stand by my observation that this plot is in no way, shape, or form fits the mold of Mission Impossible. There were lots of other spy shows around that time, which I really didn't watch, but my understanding of them is shows like I Spy with Bill Cosby or The Man from U.N.C.L.E., you know, there were others. And this sort of plot might have fit those shows, but I don't see this kind of plot as being a good fit for this show and this cast. So I do definitely stand by those observations, and I do stand by my grade of a D-. Maybe you disagree with me. I would love to hear your comments, as always. Please like this video, and please subscribe, and please do continue to watch. I'm still having a lot of fun, even though some of these episodes are a little bit tough to get through at times. I'm still having a lot of fun doing this, and I look forward to the next one. Next time I'm going to be doing episode 10 from season 1, The Carriers. I'm looking forward to that one. So, until next time, I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.